Huh. Sound check. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's see what it sounds like. Books of War. Trying to do a sound check, getting in, stuck in the non-words, sonic. Not all sound is music. Not all words are ideas. Not all ideas are words. Not all things you can feel necessarily, but be aware of it when it comes into the space and air. Forcing the words cause we need to check the microphone's levels to see if this is working or if I need to move the phone, cause that's becoming the source by which this is known. Do you accept from the images that you get put in the middle of the mind when we connect with ourselves, even from across various dimensions of self, even simple things like space, geography, time, see. We can speak to the past, make the present different, rearrange the shit off of the new beginnings we've chatted back with when maybe when you let go of pain inside your soul, when you give back to that broken little kid inside of your heart that never quite got the loving he needed in the dark, when you are there for you like you needed someone up in your life to be. If you go back all now in your psyche, feel those emotions again, go back to the time as you now with you then, and sit, talk with them a bit, pause a moment, look around and say, oh, let me share some of the things I found, and you can bring me your problems, I'll never leave you, no. And if you and your old self can reconcile, become a team again, make one eye beaming, then maybe you've changed the past. Now you're the man that never had to pass through that sorrow, but he has the wisdom of the lesson from it anyway. Tea-sip time. You can tell I'm going through the same folder.
Don't ignore what's happening here. We're having some kind of powerful, weird alchemy, and you have to pay attention when that happens. Stuff is not to be treated lightly.
Listen, I actually just came out here to have a cigarette, okay, and relax and do my thing.
Yeah.
So, maybe another time.
Yeah, but there may not be another time. Okay, I may never get this chance again. I mean, we may never, be able to return to this moment.
Quite describe now this sense of movement, in my chest. It's the ever so precious presence of this moment. Oh, always fleeting, being rebuilt within us. Oh. The beat feels so good to me. Oh, inside of my skin it moves, gee, like a kicking child pulsing and thriving inside of this child. Shit, maybe it's anxiety in the chest plate. Maybe it's the presence of God. Maybe it's madness. Maybe it's not even that deep. Maybe it's all these things, but yet being. And because of its being, obviously you can't weave it into these contrived things. So then it just keeps changing in front of the perspective in which it operates. All of us one thing, one big family in one body that what talks to itself. And we've been a bit broken up with our language because we forgot the heritage and what we really came in this place with, because we're always making the next statements in the great story, a great arc in which there is a greater perspective happening. Growth, kids. Evolution. Let your weird self be the scheme of makers we are, and we dig these riverbeds for the human's intention to flow through. Arrange your thoughts and re-erect your culture. From the bloody masses of the vulture to the dark, cool mother. Alright, we can shift back again. That's fine. Please, ladies and gentlemen, now, if you are sitting in a seat with the lever under it, please pull that shit. Recline a bit. If your legs are tingling because you've been walking or fighting or anxious or trying to strive every night because you might not eat, and for a moment, just sit back and feel this. Yeah. Let your mind go adrift. Trust it. Let it lead for a little bit. Let it show you the system of your construction, your warren rabbit holes and your web. Way synapses connect in your head. Chemical pass in the body, stars on the map in which you see abstract symbolism within it. It's powerful to your system. Rattles you like a hammer. What? On a crystal ball? Oh. Ring it by going in circles, making a spiral abound. Cosmic giggle, what's up? Thank you for coming and strutting your stuff, making a little peacock tail go up. There's that trap shit that's been woven through the culture that I've been grown up in. Definitely gonna be here a little bit, cause the voice always takes in what the instruments in the now use it for, right? Memory, mind, eye, heart, light, darkness inside the cave, the silence comes out the sound, and the sound comes out the silence, always abound and around in siblings. doing a dance, making time and manufacturing all of these vessels, and everything's sand on the beach. So just play with it. Jeez. Simple statement seeds. You can call me Johnny. Johnny Appleseed. Stating things redundant. Hope this whole time you've been able to hear any of this. Because these sentiments and sonic arrangements have felt very kindly to my spinal alignment. Wiggle my hips, get my loose spine so I can stand with dignity, and my shoulders align. Shit, drop back, chest out, heart first, no doubt. My mind isn't stronger than my core. What?
I don't explain everything to you about what I know. I'm trying to get satisfied.
I'm just trying to get satisfied, he says. Funny. Didn't mean to hit the space bar and pause it, but I bet when I listen back I'll see that it was like a drop beat. But really in my mind I got a little anxious, cause I thought I fucked up, I might have cut the rhythm. Funny how that works. Sometimes the present's actually more anxious than when you look back on it. And not a funny thing, maybe we should just trust it more than we have been. We could be madmen, or we could watch Mad Men. Oh shit, funny isn't it? I feel the structure of comedy even when it's sick in front of me, what I am seeing. People look at me like I'm weird, cause when they get all tears, then I be clapping and joyful. They're like, dude, that's so fucking awful. And I'm like, I'm just proud of you cause it's moving. You're not gonna die cause you're getting it out of your system. Yeah, keep buzzing it, vibrating, speaking on this songs, singing or dancing, maybe just sitting and breathing. Anything that helps you feel like you're filling yourself out. What up, Charlie Day? Thank you, man. You've been a funny dude. All darlings out there, and all of our heart pieces, and all of the ones we care about and flock like geeses. I have a thesis, and nonetheless I have it, but yet that feeling was so passionate that it actually dissolved all of the mental arrangements that I had before it. Sometimes the metaphors are so bright like that, they just take away everything in a flash as if it hadn't even been. And sometimes I can't access my memory, I can't recall consciously, I only get what I give me. Does that statement make sense? All I know is I'm a little bit different, but if I'm not that different, then what is human? And people either be lying or not that deep with themselves, or I'm just weird. But I don't think I'm that weird, cause everyone seems to like what I'm doing here. So I'm just gonna keep going with it, letting it come out, cause I know that this structure I made is somehow pretty paranoid, but yet how? And it's so divine, how could he be so fearful in this place? It seems the love, the inspiration, the imagination, the nature beings that come together, they laugh when you even consider things that are different than what you're seeing. But you can't get lost in fairy tales, always gotta be a little more careful designating your hairs, your antennae, on which path you might actually be able to concretely fasten to your palms in the time that you're on this earth. And I promise, if we can do it like what she's told me it can be, then it will be a little kinda like a garden, maybe again, but maybe not yet. See, I'm not sure of the timeline, but I know that it's gonna feel like some type of wellspring, some beautiful movement, and it's not gonna get clotted up, not so cancerous or acidic. And I know it might take some time, and I'm not sure how long, cause I know I'm already there. That doesn't mean it's not thousands of years or lifetimes or Maybe it's our time. Maybe it's up to us which one of those is true, huh? If so, what would you do with it? Huh? What would you, what, with the what, sir, would you, what, did you, yes. Wait, what was the question? What was the question? Fun time down that strange lane. Yeah, where everything's deconstructed, but it's not arranged like the English we hear. Isn't it funny how much the meaning it adheres to it? It's so much like geometry in the way that we see reality, which is like the core building blocks by which you create what experience. Have you ever seen how you've set it up? Have you ever stepped back enough playing civilization, life and shit with your Legos? But you might be the space in which it's happening that's kind of fucking planning it, or at least intending it. And maybe if you step out, look in, maybe that's what we're doing as a human and an animal, construing all these different things. What? Huh? Love and vibrations out to the other ones who are flowing and praying at the moment. I know we're feeling each other, sisters and brothers, in this big twister abounding, whistling wusser, making up words like, Robin Williams said I could do. I watched some dead poets do that thing in that cave, dude, and I thought, ooh, shit, it's what we used to do, it's so fucking familiar. Maybe we ought to do that again, you feel me? Language is for the living. What rules, man? The only rule to language is, does it actually express what it's saying? What is it actually saying? Is it saying what's expressing it? Many different angles to this shit, but that's why your head can spin so quick. So just find the ways in which you can breathe deep and sit. Find the instrument. You go into the center column room, sit like the pharaohs and the queens do, and listen, breathe with that pure water hues. And oh shit, you might go split your wig and take off for a moment, and you might find that you have a new way to incorporate your data. Oh man. God, I love you. Whatever you want to be called, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. My hail, Great Spirit, Tankasha. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is I call you. I just love you so much. I wanted you to hear it directly from me. Yeah. This space is so fucking beautiful. It's so hard and so difficult. But there's so many avenues and so many beautiful things too. And the way that you just change shape and you take on a whole new perspective and your reality shape shifts right in front of you and you go with it like a surfer. Oof. And the way you sound seems to be so alive. Thank you, Reggie. So many parts of me already existed like this, but I didn't know we could do this in front of others. We could put it to music, let it be some type of creativity. Creativity scene. Oh, confident schema infused by the teachers that I've seen. Thank you, Reggie. Seriously. Didn't even know you could do that shit with a loop or act like that in front of a room. And that girl in the desert, beautiful sister, full moon on the horizon, calling me in with that eye that was silent, but in the overtones of her music on the loop, shit, as she sat kneeled on the carpet, what, and she sang into it, called me, what, in a very different language in which we didn't really speak. It was more like the way it was just intended. It was the way the air turned on itself, what, there was some type of communication happening, maybe like plants do, like the chemicals wafting through the air, tumbling together, making some type of chemical love, passing it on, giving hugs, giving what medicine. And now we all be the sun again, the children coming what from raw, and then what we can, what the split it, so we get in it, that's how we get it, huh? Oh, damn. What? Sorry, dial turned again. Couldn't quite find the human English 2017 context, so I couldn't really put my full chest here. Had to follow it to a different sphere. They do things different right here than there. Oh, man, what does it mean to stay inside the same body? What does it mean to wake up every day and assume I'm the same body? What does it mean to assume I'm the same being happening? What does it mean to assume that my identity should be that static? Huh? That permanent? Shit, I don't know. Who told us that? Was it people selling this stuff? Even if it was religion? Whatever, man. At this point, it's all pain and dust and blood and the wind. But there's some jubilation to be had. Saturnality's coming up. People are coming back into their power. I promise you, some of us would fucking die for you, as long as we just put down the idea of freedom and togetherness in the room. You can feel that shit. That's that big mama boss coming in, that big collie stomping force of fire and fighting with her children and her brethren, and bringing in the polarities of this place with so much disease and violent greed. And what the industrialists of the U.S. sold, like Ford, ball bearings and things, such needed pieces to make mechanisms and webs happen, to the Nazis in Germany during World War II, and the different publications of Britain and France, I believe, helped what Hitler move about. little more easily with a narrative that helped him rise and be in that moment. And the money followed him. He was backed at every turn, and they knew much about the camps with Jews dying and suffering long before they said they did, long before any troops set foot in them. And I didn't mean to go on this trend, but it seems to be coming up in the minds of those I meet. Yeah, and maybe mama's angry about it. Money's been used to put people down into different groups and scatter them around. It's made an empire of the mind happen. So now they're so stratified in the way we think and the symbols we seek, and when they have a different symbol, we become hateful and angry. Oh, he's got a Trump sticker? Fuck that dude, he's ignorant. What the hell are you talking about? You haven't seen his life. You don't know what he's been through to get to that idea and find that it's true. Could you say you'd be any different if you were him? Because I have something to tell you, son. You are him. And when you're him, that's exactly what the fuck you're gonna be doing. So bite your tongue from judgment. Don't know how lips burn, she sings. Then Black Canary.
Until you flip your heart and you have lost, you don't know what love is.
Oh man, how did we forget what love is? Or did we ever know? Oh, did we ever know if we knew? Is this spiraling, or is this getting them back to the center again? Love to the judgment, man. I do it too. We all do. Oh no, ooh. That's the funny thing. We're all fighting so much, see, each other, and we actually have so much in common. And by this point, everyone's been harmed or harnessed for some type of, I don't know, slavery thing, or being broadcasted into the mind with images and things, and just not given space to breathe. Everyone's been there. It's just like people are knowing now, and people aren't putting down that information, and it's going around. And that is about the time that war happens, and I know we're already at it. Just giving love to that. Breaking that cycle. Hadn't even been thinking about it for a while. So people brought it up again and showed me some new information about how really, like, World War II might have been a fucking, what do you call it? Patsy war? Not a patsy war, but as it put it, a business. It was a business venture. Indentured Jews making ball bearings from Ford to you, Mr. Hitler, for cheap so we can make a profit. Take it back to the family that lent it out to us, cause we're already in debt from World War I. And oh shit, that's right, we gotta pay it somehow. Would you do anything different either? I think so, honestly. We're getting to the end of this. The end of this mix, end of a journey. Now are we gonna continue on and cut it down? It's pretty long, might not even be able to put it on any social media like I thought I would, but different platform, maybe that'll be good. I can grow, I can try something new, I can revivify my life, cause my tissue's been feeling mighty misused. I gotta run more, play some ball or something, get on the hoop or what, stroke a chord or something, do stuff like this. What up to the first installment of the Buick Beats, and now we move into the future where we do it every day, and where we practice by just living in that space, and then we can pass all that love around the room and calm it down when we let the cool big open mouth catfish now. Medicine coming in, dripping through the pores, and gonna get to that sore spot. Ooh, we're gonna kiss it, hug it, or give it space, whatever it needs. Just remember who you are, and you'll be able to do it. Oh God. Fairies They're taking us.